When you hear the word mummy, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably ancient Egypt, right? Golden sarcophagi, pharaohs, and the towering pyramids of Giza. But what if I told you that one of the most incredible mummies ever discovered has absolutely nothing to do with Egypt? And what if I told you it's even older than the pyramids themselves? Get ready to have your mind blown, because today we're diving into the story of the Detmold Mummy, a 6,500-year-old mystery that rewrites everything we thought we knew about ancient history. This isn't just any mummy. The Detmold Mummy is thousands of years older than Tutankhamun, older than the Great Pyramid, and older than any Egyptian mummy ever found. So, where did this astonishing relic come from? The answer lies half a world away from the Nile, high in the Andes mountains of Peru. This mummy is the naturally preserved body of a small child who lived around 4500 BCE. The extreme climate of the Andes, bitterly cold, incredibly dry, and with low humidity, created a natural freezer, perfectly preserving the body for millennia without any human intervention. No elaborate rituals, no embalming, just nature's powerful ability to stop time. The story of how this ancient child ended up in Germany is almost as fascinating as its discovery. In the 20th century, the mummy was acquired by a museum in the small German town of Detmold, which is how it got its name. Little did they know, they had obtained a key that would unlock secrets from a lost world. For decades, the Detmold Mummy remained a curious exhibit, but with the dawn of modern technology, it became a focal point for intense scientific investigation. Researchers from around the globe have flocked to study it, using advanced tools that the original collectors could never have dreamed of. So, what have they found? Using non-invasive techniques like CT scans and 3D imaging, scientists have been able to peer inside the mummy without unwrapping or damaging it. These digital autopsies have painted a poignant picture of the child's short life. The scans revealed that the child was likely between 8 and 10 months old. Tragically, they also showed signs of serious health problems. For instance, there were indications of a vitamin D deficiency, which would have caused rickets and a lung infection, possibly pneumonia. But the most significant finding was evidence of a rare and complex congenital heart defect, known as hyperplastic left heart syndrome. This condition is still life-threatening today, even with modern medicine. For a child living 6,500 years ago, it would have been a fatal diagnosis. It's a heartbreaking glimpse into the fragility of life in the ancient world. But the Detmold Mummy is more than just a medical case study. It's a time capsule. By analyzing tiny samples of its hair and tissue, scientists have been able to reconstruct parts of its life. They've learned about the child's diet, which likely included fish and plants, giving us clues about the food sources available to ancient Andean populations. Genetic analysis of the mummy's DNA is also providing groundbreaking insights into the migration patterns and genetic makeup of the earliest peoples of South America. It's helping us build a family tree that stretches back thousands of years, connecting this ancient child to modern populations and helping us understand the origins of the people who first settled these rugged landscapes. What makes this discovery so revolutionary is how it challenges our traditional view of history. We often associate the practice of mummification exclusively with the ancient Egyptians, who developed a sophisticated, highly ritualized process of embalming to prepare their elite for the afterlife. But the Detmold Mummy proves that the Egyptians were not the only ones, nor were they the first. The Chinchorro people, who lived in the coastal regions of modern-day Chile and Peru, were actively mummifying their dead, starting around 5000 BCE. That's a full 2,000 years before the Egyptians began their practice. The Chinchorro mummies were intentionally created, involving complex procedures to remove organs and skin, reinforce the skeleton, and model the body with clay. The Detmold Mummy, however, represents a different kind of preservation, natural mummification. It belongs to a tradition where the environment, not human hands, did the work. The Andes, the Alps where the Iceman was found, and other dry autumn, frozen regions around the world have acted as natural preservers of the past. These accidental mummies are scientific treasures because they offer an unfiltered look at life as it was truly lived. They weren't prepared for burial by an elite class. They are the remains of ordinary people, children, hunters, and villagers, frozen in time. Their bodies tell stories of everyday struggles, their diets, the diseases they faced, and the clothes they wore. The existence of the Detmold mummy forces us to broaden our definition of a mummy and to appreciate the diverse ways that different cultures engaged with death and remembrance. It shows that the desire to preserve the body, whether through intentional rituals or by placing the deceased in a naturally preserving environment, is a deeply human trait found across the globe. From the elaborate tombs of Egypt to the icy peaks of the Andes, these ancient remains are not just archaeological artifacts. They are silent messengers from the distant past. They connect us to our shared human history and remind us that civilizations rose, fell, and developed incredible traditions long before the ones we typically read about in textbooks. So, the next time you think of mummies, I hope you'll picture more than just pharaohs and pyramids. Think of a small child in the Andes, whose body, preserved by the wind and cold, traveled through 6,500 years of history to tell us its story. The Detmold mummy is a powerful testament to the fact that our planet is a vast museum, filled with secrets still waiting to be uncovered. Each new discovery has the potential to reshape our understanding of the past and our place within the grand, sprawling story of humanity. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more adventures into the past, and let me know in the comments what other historical mysteries you'd like us to explore next. Until then, stay curious.